The renowned rock band Weezer is bringing their Voyage to the Blue Planet tour to Minnesota Wednesday, September 4th at the XL Energy Center. Don't miss out as they play all of the hits, including the Blue Album in full with special guests The Flaming Lips and Dinosaur Jr. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Head over to KFAN.com. Make the keyword calendar for more info.
Thanks there, Zacho. It would be a fun exercise is if we took one of these music beds they loaded in for us that we're allowed to play, and each of us had to write lyrics and perform the song.
You'd be really good at that.
Well, thank you for saying that, but I'd rather hear yours.
All right, start it over. My name's Steve. I live with Steve.
Dear God.
I didn't have time.
Was this Mesos featuring Corey Cove? Because I thought I heard you over there as well.
No, don't stop.
Whoa, gross.
What, you close?
Hey,
Yeah,
Zach, your mic's on.
I heard two Steves and I...
Zach.
Wait, can I do it as Brian Johnson?
Yeah, and we should have given him a topic to sing the song about. That was where we made a mistake.
I only have a couple of lines, but let me try this as Brian Johnson.
That's Rocky's password.
Gotta listen to the whole show, otherwise none of that makes sense. Oh, God.
You're good at this.
I didn't have... My name is Steve. I live with a Steve. I
My
think that's
name
what you
is
said.
Steve. I have a dog named Blue.
Brilliant. You guys are funny.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You guys are playing at a fast
And Mother
level.
Russia, the mail comes to you.
He goes, let me try one. Start the song over. And then he waits for about 6 chords to be played.
I had to know when to
My
come
name
in.
is Steve. I live with a Steve.
Hey, at least it rhymed.
Wow.
Yeah, Steve rhymes with Steve.
Same with leave.
I feel like we should give you treats sometimes, right?
I feel like you need vitamins.
Like pat you on the head and give you like a one of those dum lollipops after you get a haircut.
Yeah, a dum-dum shouldn't eat a dum-dum, though.
Hey, that rhymes.
All right, I just got tag teamed by you two.
You wish.
Bono and the Edge.
All right, the news.
By God, King, that's U2's music.
What?
What the hell?
I got
that.
What was that?
The news.
Time
You
for the
have
news.
all of your champagne wishes and caviar dreams come true tonight.
I will. I feel good about tonight. I feel like my chances are very high.
Tonight's Powerball drawing is $687 million. No one won the grand prize in Tuesday night's Mega Millions,
Damn it.
which means that for Friday night, it could be $977 million. 687 tonight, 977 on Friday. You can't win if you don't play. The lottery's up for grabs.
Mega Millions last night, 5 number winners were in California, Florida, Texas, and Virginia. So those are the $1 million winners, I assume, right?
Yep.
Yep. Nobody in Minnesota.
That'd be cool, man.
That would be cool.
that'd be
What do you
sweet.
think?
I'd take that.
Yeah,
What
let's
if you
go.
woke up today and you were like, man, this life, and then tonight you won the lottery,
That'd be sweet.
right? You'd probably wake up on Thursday and be like, man, this life.
Then you'd go to Las Vegas.
No.
Wouldn't you?
Would I go to Vegas if I won the lottery?
Yes.
No, I probably wouldn't. I probably would go someplace nicer that has gambling as well, like Morocco.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Monte
You're thinking of
Carlo.
Monaco.
Monaco, that's it.
Monte
Sorry, thank you.
Carlo, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, get in your Monte Carlo and drive to Morocco.
My guess is before you did that, you would go down and defecate on a couple of desks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
What?
probably would do that.
Yeah, which one first?
I'd rather not say out loud, but I think we all know.
No, we don't.
What does it rhyme with?
Steve?
Rad Dabbit.
Wow.
No, I would do that because he enjoys it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a
This is
giant
party
FU. It's
gift.
the opposite.
Yeah, it's a parting gift.
Him and your dad go to the same meetings?
Yep, they go to the same meetings.
I love how you're laughing at your own inability to speak.
It's funny. I like you guys. This is a good time.
Seems like it.
Thanks.
It is.
Yeah. Jer's like, we can't do this stuff in Ireland.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask a
They
question?
have professional broadcasters there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Paul.
You guys won't make fun of me?
I doubt it.
Come on.
What country is Monte Carlo in?
Is it its own? I don't know.
Monte Carlo is the casino in Monaco.
Monaco's the country, right?
Which
Monaco might be a country.
is in.
It's like in the south of France somewhere.
I don't know.
Isn't it in.
I really don't know. I
Yeah.
should, though.
I should
I
know
wanna
that.
go, though.
I have an answer, but I don't want to sound stupid.
That's okay.
Man, geography seems like it should be easy because it's just memorization. But-
Sovereign city state.
Like yesterday was
does that mean?
there was rivers as a category on Jeopardy. I went 0 for 5. Like even the easiest one.
Okay, I was right.
I had no idea. And a couple of them were American rivers. And I'm like, I don't know what river outside of the
American
Mississippi. I don't know what
rivers.
rivers flow through.
Right. So Monaco is a sovereign city, like the Vatican City.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind. That's why I was thinking it's its own country, but I don't think that's kind of right either. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that would be cool to go. I mean, you just look at pictures of this place, man. I mean, cripes.
It's the best, man. You have to have a lot of money, though.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
but if you won $1 billion, you could go.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably go now,
Yeah, you could go now.
but I'd have to jump off a bridge when I left.
Wow.
Because of all the credit card debt.
Whoa.
Which, you know,
Yeah.
I do that here. Look at that. That's where they do the racing right there on those streets right there, Brett. That'd be cool to go to the Formula One races.
Worst track in the
Is it?
circuit. But yeah. They're seriously talking about getting rid of it, but it's just if it wasn't for the history
It's too
and
historic, yeah.
they would, but
Yeah.
they can't.
Well, speaking of that part of the world, if you're looking for a dinner idea, today is the National Day for You.
We take a trip to Italy as it's National Ravioli Day. Stuffed pasta we've been
hell
eating
yeah.
since the 14th century. Chef Boyardee made ravioli accessible to Americans in 1937. Astronauts have eaten it at the International Space Station. It's ravioli or raviolis, both okay. And it's easy to celebrate today. Just order and eat. I'm Bree Tennis.
Thank you, Bree. Man, that sounds good, doesn't it? I bet you don't eat raviolis.
Never.
It's
No
so-
one's.
They're so
Never
good,
once.
dude.
It's too bad.
Cheese or meat?
Yeah,
Either.
exactly.
Yeah, either. I'm fine with
I'd rather
either.
have meat.
Ravioli whales.
It does. I like to
Yeah.
peel the bottom off. And
Yeah.
That's what you say to my dad.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach, you were there.
Hey, Sauce.
Oh, no, what?
Is Chef Boyardee a real person or a fictional character?
A, good question. B, I think we've done this before, and I think he's fake.
No, he's real.
Is he?
Spelled differently, but pronounced the same way, I believe.
Let's see. Etiar Boyardee.
Yep, Boyardee. B-O-I-A-R-D-I. So
How
spelled
good is
differently.
Chef Boyardee beef ravioli. That's
I like it very much. I also like the spaghetti and meatballs.
Yep.
I
yep.
wish they would sell just those meatballs, although who knows what those are made of.
Yeah.
But they're delicious.
Yep. Died in 1985.
Oh,
kidding.
no. That sucks.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, sure.
It's his likeness, right?
I think that's him, probably. I don't know for sure.
I mean, it looks pretty close, yeah.
Do you like beefaroni sauce?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you like SpaghettiOs?
Yeah.
What
Duh.
about SpaghettiOs with meatballs?
Sure.
What about SpaghettiOs with hot dogs?
Yeah. What about their lasagna? Do
Do
eat
you like
that?
the hot dog ones, really?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. How about this, Hawk? They now have jumbo spaghetti and meatballs.
Does it look like I don't know that?
They have overstuffed beef ravioli.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
man,
was your
check this
nickname,
out.
Wasn't it?
Oh.
Check this out.
Shut up.
On the Wikipedia page for Chef Boyardee,
Yeah.
there's a famous Seinfeld episode where Kramer takes Susan's parents around in the handsome cab, right? And then the horse starts basically
that's
farting.
right.
That's when George is trying to fish up the rye
That's right.
to replace the bread. Check this out. Chef Boyardee is one of the only brands to request to be removed from an episode of Seinfeld. In the 1996 episode The Rye, Kramer is allowed to operate a hansom cab for the week and feeds the horses excess cans of beefarino. Or I guess this says beefaroni, but I think in the show he calls I think he calls it beefarino. Doesn't matter. Anyway, they didn't want
Wow.
to
I
be
can see
associated with farting, so they're like, you can't say it's Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, I wonder, now, if you're running Chef Boyardee, Corey, you're John Boyardee, the third
His
grandson.
son, right? Yeah.
Do you think it's a bad thing to be associated with that? Or say, man, I'm on Seinfeld. I'm going to be
Right.
on Seinfeld in perpetuity. And every time somebody sees it, they're going to say, I'd like some Chef Boyardee.
And you are feeding it to horses.
Right.
And the horses are farting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd eat some right now.
did Arby's go out of business
Nothing
with
to
all
do with the
the
question.
Jon Stewart mentions? I mean, that's part of the bit. People like to have fun. I don't
know.
Do they?
I probably would let them do it.
That's a tough one. That's a good question.
Yeah. Good question.
Either way, didn't know that until right
What
now, I
if
guess.
Little Debbie and Chef Boyardee got it on?
What would they make?
Love.
Beef Swiss miss?
No, they're not getting it on in the kitchen. They're having sex. Keep up.
Oh, I'm sorry, porn director.
Yeah, meat-filled.
You can tell where
don't.
you can tell where Jesus.
Jesus, no,
Meat-filled Jesus?
You can
What
tell
is
where
happening?
Sauce's mind is. Hawk's talking about Little Debbie and Chef Boyardee fornicating, and Sauce is like, oh God, what could they bake?
I'm hungry.
I can't even say what I wanted to say.
No, I'm sure the last word was pie.
Yes, it was.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
And it's a perfect answer to that question. It's just
Glad you didn't finish that.
I just got a text from Chad Abbott.
He's leaving.
No, he says, I have a meeting, so if I don't see you before you leave, please don't crap on my desk.
he said please. So
He did.
Yeah.
I love because we had this week we have two kind of corporate people in town, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Love that they're listening to this show. Probably they're going, this is one of the successful ones.
Yeah.
This one's making money. This show works.
One guy can't listen.
Right.
The other
Or
guy
talk.
just wants to go into a tsunami thing for jugs.
Yep.
He did say
Not
that.
right. Yeah, it's not wrong.
No, yeah.
All right. That was the news.
Yeah, and our guests are here.
Oh,
Chad
hell yeah.
Greenway. And again, if you haven't heard yet, we have Ger O'Brien. G-E-R, by the way, Ger O'Brien, director of football for St. Patrick's FC, who are in town, a Dublin-based soccer team, in town to play against the Minnesota United FC tonight in a friendly.
No relation to Pat O'Brien, who once left those infamous voicemails, right?
We can't be sure that's true. They may be related. More on that after this.
KFAN.
.com.
KFAN.
Hey, welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. Man, we got a room full of special guests over there. Big things going on in the Power Trip Morning Show as they put their headphones on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the station Chad Greenway. Hello, Chad Greenway. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm
Hi,
good.
Chad.
And you brought with you your friend
Chad.
Ger O'Brien, the director of football for St. Patrick's FC. Hello, Ger.
Oh, man.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Welcome to St. Louis Park / Minneapolis, Minnesota. I know you've been here for a few days, but welcome to radio in the Twin Cities. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, it's good. Great to be here.
This isn't really radio. Let's be honest.
That's a great
What
point.
the hell is that
Yeah,
supposed to
Yeah,
be?
yeah.
Why do you
You
say
must
that?
have
Well, I was
listened
listening on the way
here.
in.
I knew it. Okay.
I was listening on the way in, and it just seemed like maybe it was just like it was a Wednesday. Just a little bored today, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
No, he just kept saying so many dumb things that we were a little baffled by it.
I had a little brain fog this morning when I woke up. And like, this is what meat sauce is like every day.
Every day.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
that's kind of
true.
mean.
Hey, do you guys in Ireland have professional broadcasters who go on the air and, I don't know, like prep for the show and are well-read and informed and then say things clearly into the microphones?
No. Oh, really? I think it's the same everywhere.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Well, then you're going to fit right in.
So, first of all, Chad, how are you involved in St. Patrick's FC all of a sudden?
That's a good question. How did I find myself in this situation? You just got to know the wrong people, I guess, that call you at the wrong time. No, I got an opportunity. Very excited about this, to be a strategic investor at the club. So this is the first Irish football club to come across and play a game here in North America, and try to help the club kind of grow their wings out here in North America and find all these Irish American fans. And the first game ever is going to be played tonight. So we're very excited to play the United. We wish it would have the weather when they landed on Friday, last Thursday, Friday. But we'll give them a little toast of the Minnesota win tonight. And it'll be fun. And Allianz is going to be beautiful tonight. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Do you know, just off the top of your head, are there tickets still available for tonight? Can people still come? Yeah, tickets are still available.
Yes.
From what I'm being told. So.
Yeah, tickets are still available on the United site. Go grab those. And one fun thing that you and I are doing, obviously, is we're working with the REACH program. So the club's been across the community, reaching out to different groups and going to different schools and trying to get as many kids in and accessible to a soccer game. And that's so the REACH kids are coming from Hutchinson that you and I have worked with over the years, which would be fun.
Yeah, coming out to watch the game tonight.
So being an investor, does that mean you get to go that way as well and go to Ireland from time to time? And
that's happening. Yes, that's happening. I don't know when, but
awesome.
I'd love to come. It sounds like the fall is the time will be best for me and for the club. So yeah, I'm looking forward to go over there. Do I get to sit in the owner's box? Is that a thing? Yes.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there before, Chad?
I've not.
Oh,
no.
It's sweet, man.
Yeah, Dublin's fantastic.
Yeah,
Ireland's
wonderful.
fantastic.
The club's right in Dublin, so
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Ger, had you been to America before this trip?
Yes, never been this far, but being over on the East Coast more so.
And I'm going to guess, as somebody who's been involved in soccer forever, and you've traveled all over the world playing soccer.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of sport in general. It brings you to some amazing places. We've been, we played off an island in Iceland. We've been to Kazakhstan. We've been to Latvia, Liechtenstein, crazy places. And that's, I suppose, the beauty of sport. I even end up in places like Minnesota time to time.
So you are the athletic director of football for the team. Is that basically, Chad, would you know, is that like a general manager kind of comparison for like the Vikings or something like that?
Yeah, maybe like a director of player personnel.
Okay, got it.
Something similar. So looking at, I know he's been out looking at, how Americans are playing football, how the United are going to play, their structure wise, what their club needs to work on or needs to develop from the top down. So I think it's something similar to that.
So obviously a giant population over here, Ger, of sports fans, but soccer growing exponentially, but not quite there yet. What is your take in Ireland? What are people's take on what's going on soccer-wise or football, as you call it, in the United States?
I think it's like America is so big, and when we look at, we're such a small country, Ireland, that we think that you should be well further down the line in terms of soccer. I don't know if that's an education thing.
You're saying we should be way better? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, absolutely way better. In fairness, a lot of your sports are played only in America. Baseball, American football, stuff like that. I know basketball's played a little bit in Europe as well. But from soccer's point of view, you just have so many people. You seem to focus a lot on athletes in terms of physical prowess rather than technical skill. And that's one thing we notice going to a lot of the schools is that coordination. Every American child seems to be born with an item in their hand, whether that's a baseball, whether that's a football, whether it's a hockey stick. But once they have to look at the ground with their feet and a football, I think they struggle. And that's an issue.
But isn't it kind of like a catch-22? You don't really want the United States to take up soccer because then we're going to kick everybody's ass, right?
That's very true.
Isn't it nice that we don't really pay attention that much to soccer?
Yeah. You don't want to wake that beast up.
Yeah, don't wake that beast up.
Like I say, every NFL cornerback starts to play soccer, like the best athlete you can think of. It's like, okay, that'd be a problem for the world. Mm-hmm. You don't want that.
No, well, that's what you think. In all fairness, when you go in, like everyone outside America looks at America a lot differently in terms of sport and everything else. You definitely live in your own bubble. We walked into the hotel the other night and we spent 10 minutes talking to a girl in the hotel who didn't understand that time zone changes actually happens everywhere in the world. She thought it only happened in America. She was trying to explain that to us.
She's from Wisconsin. That's not a Minnesota.
Yeah, we don't claim them.
You.
Yeah, it's an issue.
Well, it's like, the U.S. women's soccer team dominates, right? They kick everybody's ass. It's just the men just have, for whatever reason, not been able to get on that world-class level. Mm-hmm.
No, not yet. That's probably got to do with how many sports that they play in school, that no one's focusing on an individual sport. We've got a lot of sports in Ireland as well. We've got Gaelic football, we've got hurling, we've got rugby, which I've been telling Chad is a lot more of a man's game than NFL because they don't wear pads in rugby.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Yeah, he won't play.
Chad doesn't need more hits to the head.
My head's got enough problems the way it is at this point. We don't need to go down that path. Not one thing. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
Absolutely.
Because that's the one thing I'm looking forward to. Is there's a tour, right? Is that true?
Yeah,
you
there's
talking
a
about
tour.
that?
Yeah, it's a tour.
So that's one thing. When I go to Ireland, I gotta do that tour. That'd be BA.
Yeah, for such a small country, we have a lot of amazing things. Obviously, the Guinness. If you look at Point of Guinness, that's probably less than a mile away from our stadium.
Really?
Yeah. We've got whiskey, obviously, some good whiskey, and then obviously Game of Thrones. But for such a small country, we punch way above our weight in sport, and we've probably got an identity, something that probably this big country lacks because it's so diverse. But we're a good country, and we're very hospitable as well.
Yeah, you guys are super nice.
We got to do this. So I played this game with Jared the other day. I'm going to have him write down 2 Irish names. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get to have Saucy.
Oh, no.
Try to pronounce them.
Oh, no.
And we're gonna,
Oh, no.
I'm busy.
You can do it.
Yeah. Get unbusy over there.
Yeah, he's writing down names right now. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Ger O'Brien, the director of football for St. Patrick's FC, in town to play tonight a friendly against the Minnesota United. Tickets on sale.
Spelling's hard.
I believe it's 7 o'clock, probably the tap or the
7 o'clock. Yep.
7 o'clock tonight. And tickets are available. So go on down and support and watch.
Corey, you coming? Big soccer guy.
Tonight?
Yeah.
The 2023 World Series of Poker main event has to be finished.
I'll be there,
poker
Chad.
going.
I'll be there.
Through
Don't you
day
worry.
3, so I have 4 days left to go.
All right, no cheating. Here we go.
All right, here he goes. He has the names.
Okay. This would be
First of all, spell it and then try to say it.
Siobhan.
Now, if you had watched a specific TV show in the last 4 years, you would have a chance at this one.
Okay.
But my guess is you don't even know what show I'm referencing.
Is it Game of Thrones?
It is not.
Is it Siobhan?
I'm so sorry, Ger.
Siobhan.
Siobhan?
I think I said about the same thing, so I can't laugh.
Siobhan?
Siobhan.
What is it?
On Succession,
Oh, yeah, I never saw that.
the gal is called Shiv for short, because I believe it's just Siobhan.
Correct.
Wow. Corey would know that.
With a V.
Yeah, Corey does.
Look at you. All right.
out.
What's the
Not-
next
not-
one?
Not Siobhan.
Is this is Caoimhe. So then this is Shamhi.
Shamhi.
Is he
What is
right?
this?
Do you know this one?
I don't know that one. Spell it one more time.
CHOI.
Wait. No, it's not. There's no CH.
Oh, sorry.
It's C.
Oh, my God.
You can't read. You don't know the letters.
I'm sorry, Ger.
Caoimhe.
Oh my gosh. Caoimhe?
Yes.
Wow.
You're scared to try, aren't you?
Man.
I just went with Camby when I saw it. Kept it simple.
Come on.
My guess is it has an L sound in there. Is there an L sound in there somewhere?
No.
Even though there's no L? No? I don't know then.
Quiva.
Excuse me? You can't say that on the air.
Where's the button? Somebody hit the
That's
button.
how you say that?
That's not a popular
Do you have
name
like
here
an
in the
explanation of
States.
how that works?
No. But there's so many others. We've got Neve, we've got Quiva, Saoirse. I think they're just typical traditional Irish names, where I'm not sure if...
How's Chad fit into that?
That's
Irish
Corey.
Chads.
Chad was born on a farm somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Good. That's actually appropriate.
Jared, what was it like to be in the United States on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, that was incredible. We've had a roller coaster of a week, in fairness, and we've been so well looked after in terms of, well, obviously, we've got Andrea on the ground here who's been kind of putting pieces together for us so we can map out. But we went to church in St. Paul's, the cathedral, on St. Patrick's Day, which is an amazing cathedral, one of the best probably in the world. And there's a shrine to St. Patrick there, which was quite fitting. But we were told that we kind of missed the party because all the Americans celebrate on Saturday. In fairness, we get a bank holiday on the Monday, which means we need to recover
I feel like we need to add that to the old roster of national holidays.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody wants with the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right? Is they want
correct.
Super Bowl Monday to be a national holiday so everybody can just get
That's a
hammered
no-brainer
for the game.
That's a no-brainer in my opinion.
Yeah.
That Monday is the most useless Monday,
But not
on
for
the calendar.
Not for the Vikings fans.
No.
Well played, Ger. I got to give you props.
Oh, that's so true.
Well played. There's no
I can't even get mad.
Yeah, in fairness, we seen the facility yesterday. Wow.
Right.
US Bank?
Yeah. What an
TCO or
incredible
US
stadium.
Bank?
U.S. Bank.
US Bank. What an incredible stadium.
So
Pretty awesome.
Obviously, you saw U.S. Bank. And I think you went to a T-Wolves game as well. Did you see the
Yeah,
T-Wolves?
we were on the court last night. Yeah, we got presented with a jersey, special jersey, and we done vice versa. So a good game to get to.
Yeah.
Do you have basketball of any kind in there? And I maybe a dumb question. I'm sorry. Had you been to a basketball game before?
I have when I've been stateside, but unfortunately, like your view of us, we're all very small leprechauns, so we're hardly going to play. We're hardly going to play basketball in Ireland. But no, listen, I've been to some games. I've been to Boston Celtics and New York and stuff like that. But really good to see. Passionate. This city is. When you talk about sports, you think of Chicago, you think of Boston, you think of New York, LA, but. We'll definitely be going home telling this is a sports mad city as well.
And we don't win. That's the most fascinating
that's the fun
thing about
part.
the city.
Yeah.
We don't
It's
win
the hope.
ever.
It's the hope that kills you.
Right.
Ain't
Well
that the
said.
truth?
We're all
man?
jaded,
that
though,
should
too.
be the team logo. But I tell you, you're going to be excited tonight because even in the cold, you're going to see a giant crowd of passionate soccer fans out there as well. The United does really well in this market, and there are a lot of soccer fans like Brett, who's right here behind me, who is a part of the morning show, comes in one day a week and a part of the fan staff. And I know you have some questions, so if you got anything you want to fire, but we figured we had at least one soccer fan on the show. We might as well let you ask a question.
Yeah, sure. You were a player and then an assistant manager, and now in this more of a directorial job. Which one did you enjoy more, and which one do you feel suits you the best?
Oh, listen, you can't beat playing. You can't beat that nervous energy and that buzz coming off the pitch and we'll use call it the locker room banter of having your teammates there to support you and have fights and have rows. You're like one big family. I think this side of it is can be stressful at times because you've got so much more. You've got to think of the long term about the club. You're not just thinking short term results. You got to just. Listen. I think anyone who has played a sport at any kind of top level, if they say differently, I think they're lying or it's just me. I just miss putting on the boots and running out in front of a crowd. That's probably the biggest thing.
And you did win the Premier Division title as a player, is that right?
Yeah, very fortunate. I suppose I was around when we had quite a successful spell.
Yeah. Did you tell Chad what it was like to win things?
No, but Matt, we went for some lunch yesterday with Matt Burke, and Matt was certainly sticking the boot in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not just you, Chad. It's you and Burke and Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
No kidding.
Yeah, absolutely. Old Joe in there. So
Wow, yeah, that's cool. And I think that's pretty fascinating. You guys are deciding to get involved over there and try to spread the word a bit around here. Is it going to be other teams from that league doing that similar thing?
I don't know. I guess that's a good question. But one thing I thought was like this is going to be a unique opportunity to get involved in something like this. And then especially when they come and get a chance to play the United right here and play the first ever national game for an Irish club to come here. And then obviously looking forward in the next couple of years to get into other cities across America and do the same thing and just to get the word out there and what our club's all about. I've got a chance to stream some of the games and see those fans and watch the game live on the stream. It's insane. The chants and the singing, and it's fun to get. Cannot wait to get over there and check a game out.
So wait, Chad, are you interested in this because of like Ted Lasso or Welcome to Wrexham? Are you watching these other small?
Absolutely.
Just go like, I got to be a part of this somehow. I need to be, Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, obviously, I don't know what Ryan was thinking with going with. Do you have a gin? I mean, nobody likes gin. Let's be honest. Go with the vodka and Grey Duck, and then obviously we had to get involved with Irish football because it's better. So. And I'm better looking than him, so that's what people tell me.
Yeah.
At least my mom tells me that.
Not a single thing you just said.
You're lying.
You like gin more than vodka?
No.
Okay, see, exactly. Something was
One
true
thing
that
you
I said.
was true. That's true. Right.
Yeah, I'm not a big gin guy either. You like gin, do you not?
Oh,
Yeah, gin's great.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Don't look at me.
I think that's the disappointing.
Well, yeah. I mean, you ruined the 09 season.
That was Lieber.
Oh, yeah, sorry. He normally
You're
sits
getting
there.
your former Vikings mixed up. So,
See, Lieber's at a spot today.
of course
Rosie's
he is.
spot.
Yeah, with he's hanging out with Seal Bean.
Yeah, COB.
See, I mean, we got at least one more segment with you guys, right? Because we got Vikings news coming back, so we can talk a little bit of
do
American
it.
football as well. Good.
And Jerry, you're going to meet one of the icons of not just Minnesota media, but I would argue maybe the United States or the world. Prepare to meet Mark Rosen when we come back. It's something you will tell your
Don't act like he
children
doesn't
and
know who he is already.
Well, never
I
mind.
know
You
what
know
you're
who he is.
talking
Mark Rosen will be here next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
Hey, welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. I think we might go live on KFAN.com/watch a little bit early today so everybody can get a good look at our guests. Not that anybody cares to see Chad Greenway, but Mark Rosen's in there. And, of course, we have from the St. Patrick's FC, based out of Dublin, Ger O'Brien, the director of football. If you want to let those guys know we're on the air over there, that'd be great.
Rosie's playing the hits.
Of course he is.
He's playing the hits.
We're trying
I'm
to
sorry.
do a radio show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chad Greenway was talking.
That's okay. Did you meet Ger?
I have. We've been chatting about the early years of soccer in Minnesota with the Minnesota Kicks.
Ooh.
Back in the day at Met Stadium when they used to pack the place with 47,000 fans. And a lot of them would stay in the parking lot and just drink all night.
Well, that sounds right. Did
But
Pele,
that-
didn't
is that
Pele play
true?
here?
Pele played here. I saw Pele and the Kicks beat them. I think like 8-. It was a crazy game. The one game I think they beat them like 8-3 or something. It was insane. But they packed Met Stadium for quite a while, for quite a few years. It was a lot of fun. It was just one big party.
No way.
Oh,
What
yeah.
years would that have been?
70s. I mean, Tino Lettieri, whose son Vinny plays for the Wild off and on, and he was the keeper. And they had a lot of English players they brought over. I could name them.
He used to have Tino's out there.
Alan Willie's still in town. I think Alan Willie. I'm sorry,
Tino's. Is that Tino's
yeah,
pizza
that's Tino.
spot? Yeah.
At the fair. That's Tino. That's he married Lou Nanny's daughter Michelle.
That's right. Yes.
Ron Futcher, Alan Willie, Freddie. I mean, just Alan Merrick. I mean, we had a lot of really good players here, and it introduced soccer to Minnesota, and they responded.
Yeah.
A long time. Then they had an indoor team for quite a while, but that was the team that everybody followed here.
I think one thing that's interesting about soccer here is how nice of a pitch Allianz is. Like how nice of a field it is.
Yeah, a little different than playing on the dirt field at Met Stadium. The infield, of course, that's where the Twins play and the Vikings, as you know, long before your time.
Yeah, but the stadium sometimes makes it, right? You can walk in, there's not a bad seat, and I got a chance to watch a few games over there. It's incredible, so looking forward to it tonight.
Pretty nice.
Jer, are you concerned about the temperature out there tonight, or is this no big deal?
No, listen, I think the wind chill will be a little bit cold. In Ireland, we're quite used to the cold weather. Our summers are normally full of rain. Anyway, so we're quite used to this. But no, I think we're actually pleasantly surprised. It's been said already. Everyone we met yesterday, when obviously they can see us dressed in uniform, and they keep saying, "Oh, best of luck tomorrow. Prepare for the weather." I think everyone in this city is like their second job is like a weather forecast person.
Yeah, we apologize first.
Yeah, we do.
We hosted the Super Bowl a few years back, and we just apologized to everybody because it was a brutally
a bad
cold
week.
week.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we got above zero the whole week. It was unbelievable.
No, it probably won't be asked back.
Yeah,
That was the last
Us
one.
in Detroit. Yeah,
exactly.
Again, if you're just tuning in, that is Ger O'Brien, the director of football for St. Patrick's FC, playing tonight in a friendly versus the Minnesota United down in Allianz. Games at 7 o'clock, and tickets are available. It's going to be fun, and we're taking a bunch of kids from the fantastic Reach Foundation down to the game tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing them again, Chad, and doing more things with Chad Harlander and everybody out at Reach. So excited to be a part of that, and thank you for coming in, Ger. We're going to do something we call Vikings news now, and now that you've been down to U.S. Bank Stadium and seen that, you're a Viking expert, so feel free to throw anything in.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Redco, your truck accessories pro.
All right, Chad, we have a new player. He's a cornerback. Shaq Griffin on the squad now, a 1-year, $6 million deal, or at least up to $6 million. This will be his fifth team, though, in 8 seasons.
Yeah.
He was a Pro Bowler in 2019. And again, we mentioned this a couple hours ago, but he was famous back in the day because his twin brother was the one that didn't have a hand.
Yep.
Now, you played professional football. You had both arms, both hands.
One knee.
My guess is from time to time you missed a tackle, right? With
several.
with both hands.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that wasn't a bigger deal, that a guy with one hand was good enough to play in the freaking NFL.
Well, even think back, like, with the level he played in college football. Like, I mean, to think about what he accomplished, how far he got, how hard it is to make it in the NFL and to make it, and then to be like a serviceable, good player. Unbelievable. Like, yeah, I mean, I had to struggle to catch the ball with two hands, struggle to make tackles with two hands. I couldn't imagine how bad I would have been if I only had one.
Yeah, so this is
but here we are.
Seven career interceptions. He was a third rounder by Seattle in 2017. So, I mean, they need depth at corner.
I'm as homer as you can be, but like that one, that one's just like, okay, yeah, that one doesn't excite you, right? I mean, obviously they're not overpaying, but you need the depth. You need players.
But by appearances, it appears that Brian Flores has had an impact on the front office of the Vikings, saying, "Look, I need this guy, these positions to fill in the blanks." And to me, it all points towards even more how the Vikings are going to make the move to move up in the draft.
Yep.
I mean, given the circumstances, given that they have filled some spots in the linebacking, defensive line, they have more work to do.
Yep.
They could stay at 11 and whatever. But the salary cap going up exponentially next year, they could go get more free agents. It certainly appears that they're going to have to try to go get that quarterback this year in the draft.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think anybody's super excited about having Sam Darnold be our starting quarterback for the next 3 or 4 years.
No.
And so at the end of the day, but again, he's one of us now. So when you're one of us, we just buy in and let's go, and we just give us hope. But I think to your right is keeping Flores, not having him go get a head coaching job, which was huge, right? To be able to keep him, build off year one, because there's a lot of exciting things that happened. Mm-hmm. I loved how aggressive we were. I loved how we took the punch to the offensive team a little bit more like a little bit more like Zimmer without going all the way down that path. And it seemed like the guys loved playing for him. So I think that he has definitely, you can see the moves with some of these backers coming in. You love the pieces he's getting to work with for this next season. I'm fired up for that part. Offensively, quarterbacking, we have a long ways to go to be excited about it, but again, like what's going to happen and how's this going to work? This draft's going to be very exciting.
It is.
Hey, Chad?
Yes.
Can I ask you a football question?
Sure. Wait, soccer or?
No, American football.
Okay, yep.
Right? Yes, American football. How much do you think a young quarterback could succeed in an offense with all the talent this offense has?
I think you look at when you develop players and they come in, how ready are they? How much can they handle? And then how good are we at developing that kid? And giving him a playbook that he can handle on day one, on game one, in game 3, 4, as you kind of progress. And then again, it's going to go out and like, can you make those plays in games? It's one thing to make them in practice and get everybody excited, and then all of a sudden the lights turn on and you saw it this year. It's like, okay, it's easy in week 1 and week 2. You can be really good as a quarterback, but all of a sudden now you start to show your hand and what you're good at, what you're going to do. Can you do more than that? Josh Dobbs, everybody was fired up, and look at what he's doing. It's amazing. We've resurrected his career. He's going to take us to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden week 3 hits, and people have film on you, and they're like, oh, he can't do this, that, or the other, right? And then we're going to blitz him. We're going to pressure him. We're going to get people around his feet. He can't make the throw. Well, then all of a sudden you have your tells. It's the poker world, right? All of a sudden we got you.
Go on.
Yeah, now all of a sudden you can't do the things that you've never been able to do, and people catch up with you. Now, from a young quarterback standpoint, I think it's all over the board. I think that's what makes the draft so interesting is you don't really know what you're going to get until you get them in-house. And is that coaching staff be able to connect with that young player and get him a playbook where he can be successful?
Unlike the Bears situation, though, where everyone knows Caleb Williams is the guy from day one, the Vikings do have the luxury, if you want to call it that. You mentioned Sam Darnold. I don't think anyone's excited the long haul, but it takes the pressure off in theory. Let's say they get, although the public pressure will be there, to get the rookie out there, no matter if it's May or whomever.
Yep.
Penix, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
McCarthy, JJ, whomever, they're going to want him to play on day one, and it's probably not going to happen.
Well, you don't want him. You don't want him out there day one. You want to be able to. You want him out there when he's ready. If that's day one, of course, there's gonna be public pressure. We want to win, right? You want to win now. You go get this, flashy new quarterback. You want to put him out there and see what he can do. Only for 3 weeks later for the fans to say, "Get him off the field. We don't want him. We want somebody else." So it's like again, you have to trust. You have to trust the staff. You have to trust the people in positions that are going to make the draft with Kwesi and say, "Hey, how's he going to fit into our system, and who can we go get?"
Out of those top 4 quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and JJ McCarthy, is there one that you don't care for or that you don't think is going to work out? Because clearly, just historically, there's going to be busts in that group, right?
Oh, for sure.
It's actually way
they
more
all
likely.
Could be a bust.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was just going to say. Everybody has all 4 of these guys. It's way more likely all 4 of them are busts than all 4 of them are awesome, right?
Absolutely.
So is there one of them that scares you a little bit that you'd be nervous about or not?
I mean, I think Daniels is the most exciting to me. I think he's the best athlete in the group. Some of the plays he's made, at the collegiate level is just incredible. Plays in the SEC, so we've seen all the best defenders and athletes. I think he's got so much upside. Obviously, you can't even really talk about Williams because we know he's going to be gone, and it's not even a discussion point. But I think people have connected us with J.J. McCarthy. For what reason, I don't know. I think just because he's going to be potentially still sitting there when we have a chance to pick him. Does that excite everybody? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just left a guy with Kirk who was sort of the same type of player, except he can actually do it. Now we're going to get a guy who may not be able to do it. So again, he won it at Michigan. He seems to have a similar skill set. But again, you just don't know. It's an absolute toss-up. Like you said, your point is the draft is an absolute. I mean, you just flip a coin or less, and there's your chances of success. But it's exciting. Needless to say, from a hope standpoint, we're talking about with having hope in your club, that's all we have. Is you got to get behind him and just hope it works out. Why can't we draft an HOF for once?
Sure,
yeah, right.
Huh?
So I've been since Fran Tarkenton.
But they have never in the history of the Vikings drafted a quarterback in the top 10. Not once.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Ever.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, because historically we've always been good enough,
decent,
to be that mid-range to late pick, and then when you do have tough years, it just hasn't worked out. So maybe you got Adrian, seventh?
Yeah, that's right.
Because wasn't Khalil 6 or something like that?
He was 3. They traded back from 3 to 4.
Yeah. Jared, doesn't it amaze you when he starts talking about football? You're like, that's Chad Greenway talking like that? Yeah, I mean, he could be in the front office staff for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, listen, when we look at your sports and the way it's done with drafts and, franchise and stuff like that, it's just so alien to us.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. We just... we're so different in our community and how we connect with our players and how we look after them, and we don't just treat them as numbers, we treat them as people.
What do you mean?
What's that supposed to mean?
It's true. Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's massively important for us, but it's very interesting because this is obviously the top level, and we, NFL is quite big in Ireland, and we have our Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. But it's amazing to even get to know the likes of Chad and Matt.
So you know how NFL teams kind of have their marked territories, right? We just talked about this a couple weeks ago. As the Vikings or whatever. The Dolphins are in Brazil, or everybody. Does Ireland have 2 or 3 teams that are attached to that region?
Not really. I think we were only talking about this as a group, as a squad. Every kind of one would nearly have something different.
Okay.
I suppose. Funny enough, Boston would obviously be quite an Irish team, but not a lot of people would speak or would be New England.
Patriots,
yeah. No. And obviously I've only watched the new documentary that's out on them. It's absolutely incredible. We were talking about this yesterday.
You want to say what you said to me?
They would do anything to win.
Yeah.
You
mean cheat? Patriots?
What's the name of that documentary?
You can say it. Dynasty. We're not Patriots fans around here.
I don't know what the insurance policy of this radio station is. I'm not saying anything. I mightn't even get out of the country tomorrow.
Yeah. We appreciate you taking that into account. But it is incredible, isn't it? I mean, it is I'm sure a totally different mindset to watch what people are willing to do to win championships over here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And, you're complete athletes and you are all in on the game and stuff like that. I just can't understand how a team towards the end of the season, if they're not going well, would nearly be happy to lose so they get a better pick.
Yeah.
Which I just can't get my head around.
For luck.
Yeah.
So again, the NFL has global markets, right? Where they establish that, for example, the Rams have China, the Saints have France, Canada has the Vikings at Seattle. The Republic of Ireland, the 2 teams that are attached globally to the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers are sweet.
Those are your 2 teams.
Yeah.
Steelers and Jags.
Really?
I figured Jags would be the London bit.
Well, you can have multiple teams. So,
so teams can have multiple countries. Yeah.
United Kingdom has the Bears, Jacksonville, Miami, the Vikings, the Jets, the Steelers for Northern Ireland only, and then the Niners.
Who compiles that?
The NFL, I guess, somehow finds a way to pick
marketing
specific,
rights.
Exactly. You get the marketing rights.
Are we playing a game in Brazil? No.
London this year.
Vikings
no, but the NFL is in Brazil, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
And I think
First
it's
time.
the
That's
Dolphins
wild.
and somebody.
Yeah.
But I'm forgetting who they play. Or maybe they haven't announced it yet.
And I will say, though, going over there as a player and playing, in Wembley and having that experience was tremendous. I mean, it's one of those things you look back at your career and be like, you kind of look at when the season comes out, oh, it's going to be a grind. Just like you guys over here being for this friendly, like you're flying over, you spend 5, 6, 7 days in the middle of your season. But it's one of my favorite memories I've ever had. And I assume for you guys being over here with St. Pat's, it's going to be the same thing for those players to come over and have that friendly experience. Ours wasn't so friendly against the Steelers, but, I mean, needless to say, you want to win tonight, too.
Every year, a college game comes to Dublin, into the Aviva Stadium.
Yes, right.
But it's incredible. So many,
Notre Dame's been over there a few times, right?
Yeah, Navy, Navy.
Yep.
Are you familiar with the show Ted Lasso?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Do you like the show?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I don't know how many fans were created because obviously it wasn't about the actual soccer.
Yeah.
But the storylines were so good.
Yeah.
And I think it added a lot to what your position, obviously what Jason Sudeikis did with the coach and the players themselves, the personalities. I think it opened a lot of eyes just about the intricacies of whatever team sport, but in this case, one that many Americans were not familiar with.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking, but not quite as groundbreaking as the 1992 film Ladybugs. Are you familiar with the Rodney Dangerfield soccer movie Ladybugs?
Yeah. No, you're not. Oh, wow.
It's widely considered one of the greatest sports movies of all time.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
Yeah,
It's
why would you say that, Chad?
Now, Ger, so you guys are over here for a friendly again tonight, St. Patrick's FC against Minnesota United, 7 o'clock, tickets available at Allianz Field. When does your season run over there? What months?
So our season has just begun, and it normally goes from February through to November, and then it kind of finishes with a cup final, which we were lucky enough to be in last year in front of almost 50,000 people. So that was our 5th cup, but this is a great opportunity for us because it falls perfectly on the international break. So across Europe, we actually treat our international breaks quite serious, and the leagues are off, and obviously the MLS keeps running here. But this is what we want to do. We want to grow our brand in America. This is a big thing. There's over 30 million Irish people living in America, and we want American people, when they think of sport in Europe, we don't want them to think of Barcelona and Real Madrid and AC Milan. We want to think of St. Pat's, and we want that connection to be with the likes of Chad and Matt and Joe and stuff like that. So we want to kind of be adopted as those people's second soccer club.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. The Power Trip Morning Show is going to adopt you as our team.
Great.
And here's what I'd like you to tell your players tonight. And if you give me a chance, I'll talk to them if you'd like before the game.
Only as you can.
If they make it to the championship game, Chad Greenway has agreed to fly the Power Trip Morning Show.
Yep.
And broadcast live from the stadium the day of the championship.
That would be epic.
And that's something for them to shoot for.
That's so nice of you, Chad.
Well, in fairness, you have Ariel Hawani has adopted us.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he actually wears the jersey. So I had brought jerseys in. I know you're not big soccer fans. Yeah, but I've brought some in. So if you're going to adopt us, you have to wear the shirt. But yeah, listen, it's great. And
is the shirt black? Because then Corey's in.
Corey only wears black.
This is awesome, man. It's a sweet jersey right here. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's the hockey, the one you're holding, the green one, the St. Pat's green back there is what the kit that we're tonight. Which was just launched here, I think, 2 weeks ago. So.
But doesn't every Irish team wear green? How the hell do you figure out what's the home team and the road team?
Our jersey's red. This is our
special edition.
Colours. But you can get either jersey. We've got a yellow jersey as well, and we've got the green one is what we felt would connect. Like you said, if you think of Irish football, you're going to think of green jersey. So we want to launch that, and it's got a fantastic Celtic design and stuff like that. So you can get on to stpatsfc.com, get on, purchase the jersey. It'd be fantastic to walk around and with something unique on.
I think we can make it a partnership with the Power Trip, because I'll tell you, I've been to Dublin, luckily, twice in my life, and we even went to a little, I don't know what you guys would call a village or something, called Kilkenny.
Kilkenny,
yeah, whatever. And just one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I think we need to make this a real partnership between the Power Trip and your squad, and we have fans go over to watch games. You guys come back over here and hang out with us. We'll just make this a real partnership.
Yeah,
that would be good. Amazing.
And on Chad's dime.
Yeah, that sounds
Chad pays for everything.
Yeah, thanks, Chad. That's really kind of you.
You want to be Ryan Reynolds, you got to act like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Right. He would fly us over there.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Grey Duck vodka then.
Ger, it's just been great to have you, and we really, really appreciate the time, and I'm looking forward to tonight's game. Again, tickets are available, but let's make this a real thing, man. Let's get the Power Trip over to broadcast live at one of your games and see what it's like to see a real football game in person.
Brilliant, absolutely.
Appreciate it very much.
Dude. Nice meeting you, man.
Yeah,
you
so
too.
much.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Chad, it's okay to have you in as well.
Yeah, I am in.
Yeah, you were
Anytime you
okay,
need
Chad.
me.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Shout out to your daughters, by the way, too. That was fantastic.
man.
That game was
Thank
spectacular.
Wow.
So proud. Amazing.
What a little juke move at the end there to get the defender to bite and get that layup. That was awesome.
Unreal.
Yeah, as a dad, obviously, you can't be more excited for your kid to see all the hard work and get it done. So it was amazing.
Super cool. Good for you.
Could
Good
you
for the
get us
girls.
Joe Flacco on the show as well at some point, Chad, to talk? We'll talk more about St. Patrick's FC if you do that, because I want to talk to that guy.
He's a legend.
I gotta
Did
talk to
Joe
that
want
guy.
to play here?
I was just saying,
we
like,
had an
That's what
opportunity.
we thought.
We need a bridge
It's
quarterback.
funny you say that. Like, talk about bridge quarterbacks. Like, with the way he came in and managed last year. Like,
Yes.
let's
Yeah.
go. Like, hey, Kwesi,
Now
knock, knock,
he's-
knock, knock.
Where'd he sign? The Colts? Where's he going?
Yeah, I think Colts,
right?
yeah.
Signing
I think
with
he's
the
going with the
Colts,
Colts.
That's right. Yep.
Joe can still do it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Chad.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it, man.
You bet.
Thanks,
Thanks.
All right, Fan 5 in a second. Headlines in the 8 o'clock hour. More with Mark Rosen and the Power Trip. Morning show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.